I know everyone here knows I don't know how to use Discord, but we here now. You're gonna talk about the most important question of the chapter, man. Why does Vayu have Beats by Dre? That's the most
He
important
invented them.
question. Why? Did he invent them?
He invented them.
Is he the creator? Why does Mac
He
got?
invented.
Did he get this
He
from a?
invented music because the music's on the wind.
Was
Obviously.
he? Was he in a previous universe that I got advanced enough that he got headphones and then when it reset, he's like, I like these, and he just kept them? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why does he? I literally find the fact that he has headphones to be the funniest detail about him. He just got them there. He's not even listening to them. Where the music at? With the beats.
We also know he developed them later too, because in the beginning of the universe, he actually didn't have them.
Actually,
He had like his little scarf instead.
Is that true? Actually, I don't remember that.
He had the
Yeah.
scarf, a ponytail, and a little like Japanese fan thing. They carried around.
Ah, Glorious Nippon fan. DJ in his past life. Where's my big in Tokyo? You missed it. We're 10 minutes into the stream. We're 10 minutes in. I blessed the stream with the song already. You weren't here. But in all seriousness, how do you guys feel about this? Feel about whistling? Part one, I guess. And was it what you expected?
I mean,
No.
I literally didn't know what to
This
expect.
is the one chapter all of us were like, "What the fuck is whistling about?"
Like, there was no expectations. I didn't know what to expect. I mean this was like, I guess a really good foundation for what's potentially to come. I want to say it's probably my least favorite out of them, but I feel like since we haven't seen the full story yet, I'm just gonna wait to give him a full thing. But I mean,
part two can bang.
I think it will. I mean, we got Vayu here. That's my guy right there. I've been waiting on this. So
yes, facts.
Shut up, Glam. This Mr. Yama might be the greatest of all time now. You weren't here rocking with Vayu.
I said Yama was top 4, and I liked Vayu more than Yama before the last chapter came out.
Here we go. You see how he be switching now?
I saw it. I saw.
There was no switch at all.
Yama better watch his back. I saw the switch up. Hold on. I was there. I seen it.
Hey, new information. The rankings are gonna switch up.
Oh, look at
Matt Vayu been
if Vayu actually gets this plot line with his betrothed, Yama better watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, fucking Chandra better watch out. As far as I'm concerned,
Vayu's been number 2 for me. It hasn't changed. I've been rocking with my guy since day one. I am happy to see this. I think I'm with Glam. I was surprised to see the betrothal plotline. I think I thought we would get a little bit of it in the main story, but I'm extremely happy that we're getting this right now. This is great.
I don't think we're confused about why it's called whistling. I guess we know she was whistling at the beginning, but if that's the only reason, I don't think that's
prior to that thing happening, we were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. We get it. I know she was whistling. Actually, you'll see it in my reaction when it comes out. But I thought it was probably one of Rilla's past lives initially.
Oh really?
Yeah, I wasn't sure who I was looking at, honestly. So. Yeah, seeing Maruna was eye-opening for me too. I didn't think I was going to see anybody. I don't know. I guess I just assumed I wasn't going to see anybody from
Well, now we know how he got Ratri's fucking cloak.
So I did get it wrong. I said it was Chandra's cloak, but that didn't sound right. All right.
Because Ran has
Chandra's
cloak. Yeah. There we go. Oh, see, I messed that up then. I didn't go back to everything, but was Maruna wearing clothing he got up until the present 5th stage transformation? I don't remember. My memory's not good enough.
Yeah, because there was this
is when he went to go find Raltara when the decimation of the ancient humans was happening.
Yeah.
And this is what he was wearing when Marut confronted him, and then when Vayu met him. And this was, ironically, this is really close because you see Vayu's all fucking pissed off in that chapter in 216 when he falls up on him. So, because, oh man, if I need to see the combo, I need it. Oh my god, I need the combo between him and his betrothed. Oh my god, I fucking need it.
You need it?
Also, speaking of Switch Up, don't talk to me on Switch Up because you literally asked me on Twitter Why have you always liked Vayu, by the way? You're fucking literally like, why do you like this man?
Oh, you too. I don't know if I ever asked you, Miles, just out of curiosity. I don't dislike him.
No, we've had this conversation.
Oh, I don't dislike him. I don't remember though. But my point is just that, like, I'm like very neutral on him. I don't dislike him. I don't love him. It's just there. Like, yeah, Vayu's cool. Like, it's kind of how when I see him. But
I think for me it was because when we had this was like way back, but it was from the context I'm trying to think. I think it was because Vayu was out of the gods at that point. He was the first one to seemingly have like more of a semblance of kindness shown, because this was like when he was other than Agni, because this is when he was actually doing shit like on the side for like
it was really season 3 that I think for both me and Miles were like, because as soon as we saw he was talking with Lise, as soon as he saw him talking with Lise and then the relationship with Rao, we're like, okay, this dude's got something going on. Now I think Miles liked it more because he liked the character design more.
Well, I'm also just a big wind guy. Like when I heard wind, I'm like, I have to like get hyped because wind is like one of my favorite elements. So that already like,
because for me, every time I'm gonna judge the gods, it's gonna be on the writing quality. So when Yama had the recent chapter with fucking human Shuri, I was like, this is goated. This is exactly what I wanted from Yama because he was always a god I saw potential in. But now Vayu, who I also saw high potential in, is getting one aspect touch upon. If I get this plus his relationship with whoever summons him, it's over. This motherfucker's different.
Yeah. Every interaction I've seen with him and someone else, I've always enjoyed.
It's been good.
Like I liked him in Rish.
Like I'll say, there's another one that I feel the same way about that I'd like to see more of is Surya. I think like with the limited amount we've seen from Surya, I think what impressed me the most is when he stabbed Indra over the shit about the ancient humans. I was like, hold on a minute.
I think the interesting thing about like the 8 major ones is like they all have something there that could like really do a lot.
I think that applies to everyone except Indra. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I agree with you. I think Indra's definitely on the lower totem pole, but I don't know. I think it's one of things of like
there to be an antagonist, man.
Just be a dickhead.
Yeah, I think he's just. I've said this before. I feel like he's gonna get packed up by somebody at some point.
I have to see him in the Ushas thing. That's what I'm really, really curious on.
If it's cap or if it's real or not.
Yeah, like that's what I need to see. Because I think that's gonna make or break for me.
What do you think it's about, though?
I have no fucking clue.
Power
maybe
not legitimate care, but I don't know.
Maybe I said it's one of those things like maybe he watches her go to 4th to 5th, and maybe because she uses Sky, his domain gets stronger. Or maybe he learns how to go to the 6th stage. I don't fucking know.
That she likes him a lot. So what has he done to make her like him a lot? That's the only interesting angle you can take it from. Yeah, with Vayu is like this huge potential, but that's ending of the chapter, and we still got a lot of other stuff to go through.
So maybe you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe his one of his betrothed. His betrothed gave him
the beats,
the headphones. Jesus Christ!
Sorry. Well, apparently, I think what was stated or also implied in the actual story was that Vayu's the first one to ever be betrothed, and it's been to only one person. So I think it's the same human that he's been with forever.
Yes, because the only gods that were made.
What do you mean by that? Like
he doesn't have like multiple marriages, is what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry. No, okay. I thought you meant like she lived that one life. I'm like, no. I think she said in the chapter that she's. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
She's ancient human. So yeah.
Go ahead, Miles. My bad.
Oh no, yeah. I was okay. Never mind. Because I thought you were confusing. Like I was gonna say, the only ones that I think that. No, just those two. I guess Indra's were just weirdly specific because I think it was just that he had
power play thing that he needed.
Yeah,
for some reason.
And he just specifically had a betrothal just at the same time as Agni and Vayu, because those 3 were like in heaven together, like doing the shit together. That's when everybody was like, "Oh, you 3 are the fucking betrothal of the gods. You think you're so special?" And they're like, "Yeah, whatever, bro."
I still always find the concept hilarious because just like they're just like under just lives, so they just don't meet. Like then Agni like does not meet Lilith in some lives for one reason or another. And like, what if you're a red-blooded male and your betrothed gets reincarnated into a dude? It's like, nah, that's life. Come back in 60, 80 years? That shit funny to me. I don't know. Anyways, keep going.
we know, like, have we known that the gender can swap?
It doesn't seem like it does.
Is that? I don't know if that was ever stated or not. I don't think I've ever.
I don't remember there being like something stating that doesn't happen, but I could be wrong. Like maybe I'm misremembering. But
I know for sure that I've never seen that happen. It might have been.
Yeah, we've never seen it. I would say probably not, just off the fact that out of all the ones that we have seen, they've all retained the same gender.
Okay.
So I would say probably not.
I actually think that makes. Does that make more or less sense to me?
I think it might make some more sense because it might be like, what was the original gender of the soul type thing.
Yeah.
I guess.
What's that saying? Like the soul makes the body. I forget the name. The ghost.
I thought you were gonna say eyes were the window to the soul.
No.
Souls are just batteries, bro. Souls are just
there's
batteries.
There's like a weird like Eastern saying that I've seen in certain storytelling where it's like the body or things take after the soul. So like when like people get reincarnated, like even though if you're born into a different family, your facial features will still end up kind of looking like your old past self in some regard. I forget what this saying or something is though. That's what it seems to like kind of be like, at least in this, like they definitely look different, but I think like I don't know if it's one of those things of like the soul is so ingrained of like that first life that like it will, I don't want to say bend fate, but like it will just like make it so like it reincarnates to be as most like its original self as possible.
Chat's saying I'm pretty sure it was mentioned that it's possible to swap, but Brilith was always female apparently, and I think it was stated that Brilith was a rare example of never switching gender. I kind of recall like what just a specific image in my mind that I could have completely made this up. I could be having a fever dream, but I'm like, I recall somebody talking about the coming of age ceremony, and when they were like look at the past life, they didn't look to be the same gender based on the silhouettes. That could just be an interpretation thing. That's kind of why I was like, I don't know if that's true, but I can't confirm or deny that. But I think
that might be the case. It's just that we haven't gotten that for any named character. I think it might be.
So yo, pen and paper are expensive in the Kubera universe. Now, granted, inflation going crazy. Everything costs money, but I just laugh because she's like, "That's expensive." I'm like, you can't just. I guess you're kind of just traveling in the middle of nowhere, but I was laughing when she's like, "Yo, I need that pen and paper." But how do you guys feel at the beginning with Maruna pulling up on her and stuff?
I was surprised. I did not expect to see Maruna.
I mean, to be honest, I think all of us are going to be like, I don't think any of us expected literally anything in this film.
It is funny when she's like looking through the binoculars, and then at one point you just see like his fabulous midriff and chest, and then she's just like, "Oh shit!" Like, put those away. So
it was just weird seeing him top like shirtless. It feels just so weird, honestly.
Then it was very interesting because she kind of because then like immediately you get this moment of, wait a minute, who the hell are you? Why do you know this? Right? Because he was like, oh yeah, you ever see anyone like me but look like a bird? And he's like, oh, I've seen many. You mean Superior of the Garuda clan, right? I've seen Jarita. I'm like, hey yo, Garuda. I was like, wait, what? Who are you?
Yeah,
what?
I was like, who are these two other people? That's what I was like too.
Now, what I was gonna ask you is, do you think she's met? No. That's not possible. Because I recall there being a line here that threw me for a loop. I'm gonna find it in a second, but
I think it's more likely she's seen them from afar when some bullshit is happening on a planet in like a Sura attack.
I don't even know because from the way it makes it seem is she's seen them, but they've killed her. That's how I took it.
That might be the case too.
I think she said like the interactions are positive or something. Yeah,
it might be both.
I think it's a case by case. It depends because I think it's one. I think she makes it kind of clear. Like it kind of depends on the Sura's personality. Whatever whims they're going on, they might see me, ignore me. They might see me, ask me for something. They might see me, just body me, or just body me, just because, you know. So I think it just depends.
I was glad to get some names too because I was like, finally,
we finally know some Garuda Gnostikas and actually, we finally got who the number 3 is.
So I guess this makes it seem that Venata was probably number 5 then.
Okay, so here's.
I don't know. It might be even low as number 6, Miles, because of Jairidi or whatever the fuck.
Give me 1 second.
It would.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Naya. Go ahead,
Okay,
Naya.
I don't want to forget, but this goes. Okay, I wrote it down. So go ahead.
I was gonna say because
Okay.
we have Garuda, Rotara's mom. I'm blanking on
we
the
know her
name.
name. We know her name. What the fuck is the
Well,
name? Taraka. That's her
Taraka.
name.
Yeah, with Taraka. Then it would be
Barunda.
Barunda's third. Jarita is fourth, and Venata would be fifth. Because Venata is stronger than old
Akasha.
girl. And Akasha would be sixth.
No.
Man, that might make
So-
me hate Akasha even more if it's killing Venata through fuckery and not actual strength. God damn.
Well, I think that's what it was made to be, and we know because I forget there was one piece of dialogue specifically where they're like, yeah, Venata, like there was like quite a few number twos before you. So like, I think that means I think that's probably accurate. So her being fifth is actually still kind of crazy because the Garuda clan really did just like lose hella top hitters.
Yeah.
But now I want to know who these two dudes are because these people seem kind of raw.
I'm hoping
Barunda,
we get a bit.
especially.
I'm hoping we get a bit more when we go into the second part of it. But is Garuda the first king of the Garuda clan? Of the thing, right?
Yes.
He's the first king,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So there's a line here that says, I'll make sure I got this right. Since Maruna didn't participate in a breeding with the clan, he had not Rakushas. Drita had many children with many Nastikas, including Garuda. You know, so no, I must have read that wrong the first time. Then never mind. I thought it made it seem like Garuda was born to like Garuda's before him, and like, did that make sense? So no, I just read that wrong. Okay, never mind that. All right.
Interesting to the point. Who was that kid with Jariti? That Garuda had.
That's a good.
Or was that her name? I can't remember. What's the
Sorry,
Jarita.
real quick.
Jarita.
Do we have Vayu's betrothed's name, or is just Vayu's like?
No, we don't know the character's name at all.
Do you think we're gonna know that?
I think Kurigan's purposely keeping that, and because this is the only chapter for this, right? Like, there's no part 2 of this.
There's a part 2.
There is,
of
actually.
whistling.
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe not. Okay, so if that is a part 2, then we might get name and backstory revealed in the next chapter.
Because I'm like, why do I not have this name? Like, I think there'd be a reason. So I'm just wondering.
Next chapter would be different. Oh,
I think we'll probably just get. I want to know if it's. I think we'll probably get it next chapter. I wonder. Is this still trying? Because I think she's still playing well until the part of like this is Maruna before he kind of like fully gets that care on. Because like it's one of those things.
He's in the middle ground. He's in the
Yeah.
He's on the path because you can see the part where he writes "I am sorry" and he kind of scratches it out.
Yeah.
Because he knows that that's probably not going to help anybody. There's probably no, but like he feels bad. But keep going.
I don't know if this was an intentional thing done by Kurigan or if this is like a byproduct of like Maruna just didn't ask for her name. That's probably why we just didn't simply get it. And I don't know if that's her intentionally saying like because Maruna doesn't ask people like did he ever ask for any human's name before like really like ran ever? Like I don't even know, does he even know Lisa's name yet still? Honestly?
That's a good question because he's like that human.
He
like
always calls her like that
or
human or like curly
looks similar
person.
to that human.
I think it's been a progression of trying to recognize their physical features because he always makes them look the same.
Yeah, y'all look the same.
After
humans?
I think after Ran, now he's going to start trying to learn names because he even recognized Asha even when she looked different and called her magician.
Very true.
Back into the present, so he might start trying to learn names.
Yeah,
he literally can't be effing bothered.
But yet, so I think
human
that's kind of
344. You, yeah. So Brilith's name when she was a human. Rilith. You know the tech, bro. You just remove the first letter. You know the tech.
Yep, we're all sons of Garuda now.
There you go.
I guess Corey brings up a good point. No ancient human names have been brought up so far. We know a single ancient human's name, which
we
is
don't even know Brilith's ancient human name.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. But I like the back and forth that they were having by the fire and stuff. Even the part where he writes "I'm sorry" that he doesn't do that, and then she gives him the tea. She's like, I know you don't need to eat, but eat it anyways. I want you to drink. And so I'd be like, no, what the fuck? I don't want this. You drank it though. You drank the tea though. I don't know. I get a real kick of like the expressiveness of Maruna. These like I would say I really started to notice it more in the third season if it didn't really happen often before, and obviously during like his journey through the weight of time and onward, and then like conversely, Rand still does it, but Rand scowls a lot more, and he's a lot more like stone faced and whatnot. Like I always enjoyed that kind of like swapping. So just because I don't know, I get a kick out of it. He's so expressive. And I think I think it's actually like a good decision choice too because naturally he can't express himself like normally to humans because he doesn't speak like regular. He speaks Sora. So
Mm-hmm.
us being able to see what he's thinking and feeling just by looking at him is very important, I think. So
I agree.
so shout out to that. And Vayu, I don't know what she looks like now, but this one
Baddie.
she moving me. And she got lips moving me.
Are we gonna make the jump that this is a black female? Is that what we're gonna jump to?
I'm not gonna lie,
I never do that. I don't do
Okay.
that. Yoruichi is
See-
not black. I don't do that shit.
you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of who's the dark skinned pink hair woman that was a student of Brillet's mom.
Natasha.
She reminds me a little bit of her.
That's not a good comparison because Natasha's awful.
No, I'm saying like looks like when she's younger.
I'm still.
That's
saying,
what I'm saying.
I'm still saying.
I also want to say like Hanuman's the only other person I think I saw with lips. Like
That's what
Hanuman.
I thought of.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair actually. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if I do get a black woman in AW, love to see it. Get cultured a little bit.
I think I saw a dark skinned person once. It's okay. I'm not looking for all that. I got Yama. I'm good. But yeah, I like her. Do we? How did I discover your real name? I knew you were a Garuda clan, bro. I knew. I had a feeling. Do we know how this aesthetic training works for them to become stuff? I think I like vaguely remember some stuff in the God realm, somewhat talking about it. But do we know how that stuff works, or if this is a new concept we're being introduced to, like kind of like?
I don't even remember what the aesthetics even are, to be honest.
I have no idea. I literally thought this was just her just being like, I just like traveling.
I thought like, I don't know if asceticism in this verse is like a monk and you're kind of a priest.
Yeah, because he's like, I didn't come to disturb your ascetic training, and I'm like, is that something that she has to do because like he's a god and she's betrothed to him or something?
I'm really gonna look this up.
Or is
I took this as like, you know, like when like people like make like kind of like fake things just to get away or not do shit. Where it's just like, oh, I don't want to do this because I'm like busy.
I did not say aesthetic.
Whatever.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that.
Aesthetic is what it is.
So that's kind of how I took it. Where like she's like, oh, I don't want to be around you because like whatever. Like there seems to be maybe a little bit of contention with the relationship. Where she's like, I have this training I'm gonna do, which like requires me to travel. And it's not like really like anything like important or specific, but it's just her excuse to not being on Vayu. And Vayu like kind of knows that, so he's just like, I'm not trying to interrupt your training, quote unquote, but I have something important to tell you, if that makes sense. So I didn't take this as like being an actual like inverse magic training thing to reach like enlightenment or whatever. I just took it as like just her excuse to not be around him. Okay. But I could be wrong because this is for me. I think this is the first time I've ever heard the phrase. Maybe I'm tripping though.
Okay. I think the gods talked about it to Kaji when he wanted to go where the Prometheus live. Probably has to do with enlightenment. So
yeah,
maybe. I feel like we've heard the term in the story before, but I didn't. I don't know if I ever put much stock into it when it was there, if it was mentioned at all.
I don't usually do this, but would you like my tinfoil hat headcanon?
Sure.
Remember what they said to Kaiju about maybe with billions of years you might get enlightened? Could there be a compounding effect of this training throughout your lives when you go through the age of coming ceremony, where it's like you can regain your enlightenment EXP bar the previous life and keep snagging it?
I mean, probably.
I had that thought. I don't know why, but I did.
Yeah, I think if this is a thing, I do think it probably would tie with like the human version of like reaching enlightenment. whatever that could be for them, because we still don't even know how it would look for a Nastica per se. But
this is a complete side note, but I was looking at the Kubera Reddit to see if the aesthetic shit was brought up anywhere, and instead I found a post that's called "In Defense of Brahma."
No, we're good. We do not need that.
Hold on, send that to me. Send it to me.
I'll send it to you on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll go through that.
We do not need that.
That's content, bro. That's content. We
Facts.
need that. We need that. That's content.
There you go.
I think France has a good chance against England. We already beat England.
Yeah, that is true.
We already beat England. We're facing Morocco tomorrow, which is scary.
I need France in the final, and then I don't care who wins after that point. Personally,
you know, Messi's my op, so I can't let him. I can't have.
I'm just saying that Ronaldo GOAT status is in question if Messi wins this cup.
It's not a question. It's no longer an argument.
Yep.
You can't have that debate anymore. If Messi has a World Cup and Ronaldo doesn't,
especially if he beats France,
it's over. It's over.
Over.
So yeah. You said, "LOL, Nubu." It's okay. You just said it's your first time watching the World Cup. It's okay. I've been watching the World Cup since 2002, maybe 1998. I remember that one pretty well, but 2002 is really when I started. So like,
it's my favorite time for football. I could care less about Premier League. I just love the national sports.
I'm with you. I think the older I got, the less I cared about club football. Honestly, I like UEFA Champions League. I don't mind. Like you'll catch me here and there watching like a Liga game or a League One game or like EPL or something. But it's really the Euro Cup and World Cup. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
I don't even watch that much Copa America. Honestly, I have, but it's the one I watch the least when it comes to international. But I'll circle back to football talk. I promise. Let's stay on track here. Don't let me go on a tangent. But yeah, sorry.
This Brahma post is long. Holy
fuck him.
I didn't say it wasn't necessarily a today thing, but I'm saying I could go through that.
I'm just saying that was my last point about it.
Right, I was gonna say. I remember I had like one crazy thought when I was reading this. I just can't remember it, but just going through it now. This is the first time we've learned, though, that ancient humans could just kind of reject reincarnating, which I thought was interesting. Like some of them just went through so much and they're just like, yeah, I'm not reincarnating anymore, and they just stopped.
That's a good point.
So like it's like optional.
I think it came across as like when you build up too much resentment, maybe it doesn't work. But it came to the cross where like, no, I don't want to suffer anymore. I'm done. Take me out the cycle. It kind of came across that way, actually. That's a good point. I don't know if you felt the same way.
What was the question?
It looks like some ancient humans could just opt out of being reincarnated because they're just like they said sometimes when they were killed, they'd build up resentment and things of that nature. But it came across to me as like that would like pervert the cycle. And then they couldn't come back, or something else happened. But it seems like, yo, Garuda, God Harvard killed me 16 times. Like, I don't want to come. I'm done. Leave me here.
Wait, I just also realized actually it might not be them opting out. It might be her operating, like her coming to that conclusion based off not having enough information. Because we would also have to remember that once they do build up enough resentment, the gods literally like throw them off that cliff and crush their souls and just spread their ashes across the universe to just make the universe stronger. So she might not know that, and she's operating under like that. Like, oh, I guess some are just choosing not to reincarnate,
not her having
not knowing
misinformation.
Here's the thing too. Here's the other thing with this as well. I don't think it makes much sense for them to literally be able to tell their own souls, I don't reincarnate. The only way that they could possibly do that is if they die, Yama sees them as they're being judged to then reincarnate, and then they say, "Hey Yama, let me fucking die. I don't want to come back." And I don't know how he would react or interact with that situation.
That's too damn bad.
Like Yama's like Yama tells them move on to the 45th life, and they're just like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass. I think it's possible.
He said, you know what? I think I had enough of this life shit.
Yep.
I could stay here, bro. You can just delete me. I'm good.
But I think it's the her not knowing about the grinding, because the only reason why Brilith knew specifically is because she was one of them that was going to be thrown off and got specifically saved by Agni. So most ancient humans just don't know that's a thing. So that's why I think she just doesn't know they're just being grinded up to make the universe stronger. But yeah, so that sucks.
But because of her connection to Vayu and her multiple lives, she is well connected. So it's interesting. Where do you think Maruna's going, man? To find Raltar. Oh, I guess we should mention he's looking for Raltar. Did we not mention that yet?
No, we did. I think partially, because this is the in between periods of the giant time skip within the Weight of Time.
Feel it.
Well, no, this is the part. This is in between his ending part, Turan and Yaksha's part, to them re-meeting that second time when they're attacked by Ashra and all them.
Mm-hmm. She's pretty good at filling in these time gaps in a way that's seamless. That doesn't really where I gotta go. Did you retroactive? It seems like it just kind of fits right in, like a perfect puzzle piece.
I would agree.
I don't think a lot of people are good at that. Going back and being like, nah, how do I make it connect to this? And I'm like, it's contrived. Well, go ahead.
I was going to say.
By the way, you're right. When she's speaking, she's kind of speaking like it's a theory that she has, not necessarily that she knows it's the truth. Because she's like, maybe they're giving up. So she's probably not.
Okay.
And then she's questioning herself: is a number of reincarnations decreasing due to their own choice, or is there any other reason? I'm gonna ask a god, I don't get a proper answer. So she's more so pondering it than she's like, this is definitively what's going on. So it's a good point.
Theory time. I think in general too, I did like her conversation with helping Maruna. Maruna's like, "Is this true?" I mean, she's like, "If you don't believe it, then just don't believe it." If I don't give a fuck. I'm just giving you the information, man. Like, if you think I'm trying to kill you, then just don't go. I do not care. And I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of. There was one look she gave him that I had to look back. I don't know how I initially took it. Where she asked for something, and he's like, "I'm just going to check no matter what." And she kind of gives him a look.
Yeah. And then she gives him the cloak, right? Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Is that the blue part?
The blue part. You were talking about the blue background. No, I think it's the part when they're about to depart with one another, right? She's like, actually, when you told me about the slaughtering, I thought there was no way you would give me any information, because it's kind of like, do you not hold any grudge against the Garuda clan even after being hurt by them? And she looked like she was shocked to hear someone say that. Like she looked at his face and could tell he seemed to feel sorry or remorse that she had to go through that because of his people. And then she's like, I know, right? Wouldn't it be normal to hold a grudge? Think of it this way: the information I gave you was fake. Who knows? Maybe it's a trap to lead you to your death. Then he's like, "Hey, yo." I think that's why she ended up giving him the cloak. I think she could.
That I agree with.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree with. Sorry, no, the one I was thinking of looking back was above that, where he's like they're at the campfire, and she's talking about information about the Garuda Rakshasa, and she's like, "Oh, it could be a trip for nothing." And she's like, "It might just be futile." And he's like, prepared for that," and she kind of gives him that. I think it's just more of a look of trying to see his true intention, or if he's being honest, I guess. And then she's like, "Okay, I'll tell you."
It comes across as what she's telling him is also dangerous for him.
Yeah, because her next looks, I don't know. It's one of those weird things of he's looking at her and she's looking down, but it kind of gave me that weird that Lila melancholic there's some other shit happening.
She's almost looking through him, not at him.
That, but I'm saying even like down more, like when like there's no dialogue, but they're talking, and like you like Korrigan specifically covers her face so you can't see her expressions while she's giving the information. I just feel like that's like a
No, she looks like she's insightful. Like she's not like, and I do think that some of the stuff she's experienced in her past, obviously her past lives and stuff, makes her a little bit wary. Like it's a very interesting thing where it's like, for all she knew, Maruna was like the worst person ever, but she just like, yo, I can't do nothing about it. If I would get bodied, I get bodied. She kind of looks like she kind of one of those people that just accepts reality as it is.
Yeah, it's. I'm also. It's one of these weird things too, and I'm just
Plus
like
the
trying to
Vayu
like.
connect. She might be like, shh, nigga, I got Vayu. Good.
It's. I think it's weird how. Well, I guess the only ones we know is just her and Brilith that are betrothals, but Brilith had this consistent thing of just by like fate, Ganhaver just kept fucking her over in life and destroying her. It seems like she has a weird thing with Garuda clan members fucking her up. So just like,
oh, that's interesting to think
why do
about.
these Baroldals like have like like? It seems like one specific clan just hates them.
The birds just hate marriage, man. They just gotta get them out of there.
And it's one of those things because I remember there was a conversation had where like I think it was around this time too. Even no, it was around this time. Because this is when Minako was talking to Ganhaver before he went and attacked the city. He's like, some of the gods are trying to reconvene, or some of the Nastikas are trying to establish good connections with the gods of their elements to like create stronger bonds and stuff. Because like that's where the source of energy from. And Ganhaver is just like basically like fuck Varuna. I'm not trying to deal with that bitch at all. But he like specifically says how Garuda, I think established a decent connection with Indra. How I think I think he maybe said like at least Yaksha and Shurya were like decent, and I think he like mentions like a few others. So I'm curious, like Vayu's connection is with the should be with the Kanara clan because their base elements wind. Uh, but her connection isn't with them; it's with the Garuda. So like I'm just curious about like that's why just like those thoughts were like going in my head, and I was just curious about stuff like that. Like why is the Garuda clan like her arch nemesis? It seems like, and
Those are her ops.
yeah,
They're like, hey, yo, I know that soul. No, I'm kidding. I don't think they're doing that. But yeah, that's interesting to think about. And then you gotta wonder, like, to me, it seems like she's trying to connect Maruna to not necessarily to, I don't want to say value, but like it's all connected because remember when like, I think you brought up earlier when Maruna was kind of tiptoeing around trying to find something, Vayu just like, hey. He just pulled up on him like, hey, yo, what's going on? He's like, but he was like
He's
on
like,
our side.
cut that out.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit. He's pulled up. I think all of that is starting to come full circle, and we'll see how it's all interconnected. I think that's probably what's going on here. So maybe it does tie back to the clan because like I don't know. I think we've spoken about it, but like I don't know what you think Maruna's role is going to be really moving forward. Like, is he going to take over for Garuda, replace him, become the new leader and stuff? So I think it's like incumbent upon him that he's learning about all the good and bad things about his clan and all the inner workings and
I think
people
he's
of it
gonna. I think
from the beginning from the beginning of the clan to currently where he is now too. So him going through time and whatnot, he's kind of getting history that he may have not been around or there for too. So by time he's ready to take over and now he's fifth stage and everything, it's like full like he's going to be a great king. On top of the fact that possibly he gets his name back, right? So
I think because I think maybe you and I had talked about this at one point, but I think it goes down two routes. Well, I think for sure what's going to happen is that Garuda is going to wake up and will be king for a little bit. But I do think Garuda will at some point in the story die. And then that goes from one or two routes there. Depending on how many Nastica are left, Maruna's either going to become the king and have some sort of ability that allows him to be just as strong as the upper tier Nasticas even in the beginning of creation for the Garuda clan. Or B, the clan completely dies out and Garuda and the rest of his clan sort of live amongst humans for the rest of their time of existence. That's the only two paths I can see that there's a story route going. And he maybe like forsakes the role of king and it's more about family and him, Yuta, and Kalavinka. essentially being around like people that they care about.
He creates a constitutional republic.
No, not even that. It's just like,
No,
hey,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding around.
Constitutional fucking republic.
Yeah, I think it's one of
a democratic with democratically elected leaders.
I think it's one of those things. Like I kind of agree with a little bit of Glam. It's like, who knows how many like structures are gonna still exist? Of like, some of these gods might get murked. Even who knows? Like when this all ends, I don't know what's gonna remain. So I feel like that's hard to tell. I do lean a little bit in like, I think whether or not he will be in some form of leadership position. And I think the stuff of learning, I do think it's a little bit of like the leadership shift, of like the thing, but I think it's more of like, I think it's Kurigam like fully letting Maruna understand how actions have negative impacts on people, and only by that understanding can he do what he did of taking the sins in an almost righteous manner, and from a standpoint of, even he still doesn't fully comprehend like all the effects of what it means to be like the take the sins of the bystander of Anata. Even Anata like comments on that, but like he's in the step of the right direction because he's doing these small things like that. I think, where like he can accept the responsibility because he's done, at least in some parts, the due diligence to like know that like these can't be put on other people and things like that. So I feel like this is like a little bit of her just groundwork.
Maruna had a dream. Yeah, don't worry. His season is coming. No, I think I like that. I think the only other question that I guess I have is like, what exactly Vayu is going to say to her, and how that
got no idea.
That is crazy that command exists.
Because like the scene again, I'll drive.
Go ahead. No, that's all right.
Like guys, I'll just say fucking chapter 216. Both scenes he's in there. The first one you see, he is crying, slamming his fists against a rock in pure pain and suffering. And then when he pulls up on Maruna at the end of the chapter, this man looks dead inside. So that leads you to believe he had to do something fucked to the betrothal.
Which chapter?
216 of season 3. I think is what she said it was. Because that's in the notes at the end.
Yeah, at the bottom it said that.
26. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. 216 is a Nata arc.
Or was it 195? You mean? No, 195.
Was it?
No, 195 is about the Rattree cloak. I think. My bad.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. 195 is the one, because that's when Maruna walks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
it is. I was thinking of something completely different. But that scene, 195 is the one. So I'm talking about where it has both scenes of where they talked about. I think actually it was 195 and 196.
Yeah, you're right. It's 195. It's 195.
Yeah, because there's a scene of when it shows Surya and Yama, they abstain. And it's when Chandra and Indra are talking to each other.
Yes.
Surya and Yama abstain. Vayu looks fucked up, like emotionally distraught. Then later in the chapter, when Maruna's confronting Marut, Vayu pulls up, looks dead inside, makes Marut leave, and then turns to Marut, like, why should I not just fucking kill you right now, especially when I can't do anything to save my betrothed? So when he's saying that is, he either had to do something fucked, tell her something fucked, or did something where they had an argument, or he's conflicted and he doesn't know what to do.
I think this is because.
So I don't know what he's going to do or say.
This is around the time where the gods are specifically making the plan to kill the ancient humans. Remember, like because they were planning this for like God knows how long. Time is so arbitrary at this point; it's really hard to gauge. But them and some of the Nausicas were planning on killing them for a while. So I'm curious if like,
is it because he couldn't save his betrothed?
We know he doesn't. So I'm kind of. I think if Glenn was kind of agreeing, I think he may be trying to communicate with her and try to find a way to like let her live. But I could see
straight up, he could do some. It might go as far to be like, "Hey, I'm going to hide you in the God realm" or some shit like that. I don't know. It could be something wild.
I think she's just going to reject whatever he puts out. Like I think she's, from what it seems like, I think if he's going to do something along the lines of like, I can like at least try to save you, or as you said, hide you or do whatever. I think she's just gonna be like, if she knows the ancient humans are gonna die, I think she's gonna say, "I'm just gonna die with them." That's what I think is gonna happen.
But here's the thing: she's not there when this is happening.
Yes.
When they're having the war, so she might still be alive. It might be a thing where she tells him to break the betrothal.
Well, I mean, yeah, but not all the ancient humans were on. I mean, they
we
had
don't actually know if he broke the betrothal at all. By the way, I think we sort of assume that he did.
I think think he did.
I don't know if it's
I'm
ever
assuming
outright.
hard.
I don't think it's ever outright stated, but I think
it's not.
It's the likely assumption that he did.
But it's implied.
Yeah, I took it as an implication. Yeah. It's not directly stated.
Because when he's saying save his betrothed to Maruna, that implies to me that she's still his betrothed at that moment in time, and he doesn't know what he's trying to do. And that's after he has this conversation with her.
Maybe Vayu was more intriguing than I thought. Maybe I gotta.
Hey, we'll love to see it.
Because he says, "I can't save her."
It's still Yama.
But that could, yeah, because that could still, because that could still.
It's not like he was so upset about that. He was willing to take his hatred out on a Rakshasa, and he didn't give a fuck.
Well, yeah. So that it could still apply that she just doesn't accept his help, because if she's like, "I'm gonna die," he then can't save her. That would still apply of like, well, I literally can't save her because she doesn't want to be saved. If that makes sense. So that could still apply. Because as you said, I do want to. I feel like he would have, if she wanted to die, I think he would have dropped the betrothal out of respect for her. I that's what it seems like. He seems like that type that would do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Unlike Agni, who literally can't let go.
They can't find like a better way to do this. They can't find a better system. This just seems cooked.
Well, and that's the thing with Agnes as well, Miles. That neither him or Brilith wanted to let go, even after she fucking died multiple times.
True.
Time to move on.
Well, Vayu's like, it's because it seems like
we don't know what his betrothal's stance on the relationship is at all. Because when the chapter came and Vayu pulled up, I was like, why the fuck is Vayu here? Because I thought when she's saying she had known a god, I thought she was talking about Ratri because of the cloak. But then when Vayu pulled up, I was like, what the hell is he doing here? The betrothal didn't even enter my brain until I read the note at the end of the chapter.
An old Brilith. I was so convinced in the beginning.
Oh, you did. As soon as he pulled up, I instantly was like, "Oh, this is his betrothal." That's as soon as I saw him.
Until I saw the chapter note where Kriyam said betrothed. I was like, "What?"
Because when I saw him pull through, that's when everything clicked. I was like, "Oh, there's no fucking way!" I got so excited. It's
after I saw betrothed written down, I had the same reaction. I was like, I didn't think we'd be doing this. I didn't think this plot line would ever come up again.
Because I'm trying to think.
Go ahead. Oh, you think?
Oh wait, no. I'm thinking. Hold on. Asking. Wait, hold on, because I'm actually thinking.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Naya? Because mouth.
I wasn't. I had anything to say. I just. He's pretty interesting, I guess. I don't know. He's out here. This guy said hydrate. Don't need water.
This is why me and Miles hyped up, because it's this, and then there's the Rouse stuff, and there's the Lee stuff, and then there's whoever summons him stuff.
That's wind.
And there's probably something with. And there's probably something with Agni, considering their partnership was hyped up by Gandharva.
Yeah, their partnership is gonna go crazy. Andy's a good support person, like, because he has crazy teleportation, so he can teleport anybody everywhere. He's gonna be going crazy. No, dude, this reminds me a little bit of like the Agni and Brilith part, where like how after way later on, Agni's now willing to basically listen to whatever Brilith commands of him. Where like if Brilith is willing to die, though, Agni just lets her go and kill herself when she regains her memories. That's what this reminds me of, in a sense. But like he's going the further step of like it's a one and done thing. Like you're not going to be reviving consistently dying. Like if you die, you're just going to die outright. If you want to die, I'll give that to you. I'll grant you that.
I wonder, would Krigam do the betrothal still alive in this current point in time thing again?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think she would. But would she do the soul reincarnates not betrothal way and not even ancient human way, but the way these Nastica souls happen, and like through a different person type shit?
I don't know if we have a person for that. That's the only thing. Do we have
I mean, you could basically say any character in the story is potentially another character from the past that the souls keep recycling like this.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you really
like
could.
If I really wanted to push the summoning agenda hard, I could be like Mirha's his betrothed, but reincarnated as Mira. If I really wanted to.
I've already had that.
You actually could. Like, crazy enough, you really could.
But I think that's a little bit too on the nose. I think it's more likely that I feel like she's dead. I don't know in the manner in which that's going to happen. And I don't even know if that's going to be immediately after this chapter ends or if it's going to be a long con thing.
Like, do you think that Vayu said what he said because whatever's going to happen, it means that, like, she can't see her again? Like, that's it? It's cooked? Or just that life?
I don't know.
I think it's cooked. I think it's finito.
Okay. I don't know.
I guess that's what you have to decide for yourself.
I mean, the man's reaction to me screams powerlessness over the situation.
Yeah. Like, I think because even as he's speaking, it's like I physically can't save her. If she was gonna reincarnate,
it might be a thing of like
who cares if she dies?
It might
She's
be a
been
thing of
killed
where
before.
even if she dies, him and Agni, well, he might not want her to suffer like that again, Miles. But even if this plotline went in a route where him and Agni rebelled against the rest of the gods to make this not happen, they'd get folded. Because it's just the two of them, even with how broken their combination is.
I just want to say.
I'm not saying bloated. I'm just saying folded as in they'd lose.
Well, I'm just saying Incan and Agni's washed all the fifth sins by himself at the same time.
Well, no, that's not just fifth sins. It'd be literally every other god plus all the Nastikas.
Bro, the fourth. Oh yeah, the Nastikas. That's different. But the fourth sins are mad. Four sins are mad.
I'm just saying it was like all those forces against literally just the two of them.
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
Like,
that's different.
Like they're getting
a gun.
Yeah. Add in the Nastikas, yeah, that's a different story. Nastikas, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
It's like they're even if the two of them went against it and they rebelled, they couldn't do anything. So it might be a case where Vayu knows, given the other gods' dispositions, that even if he kept the betrothal, they'd curse her soul in the same way they did Brillis. So he may not want to do that.
But
like that's a fate worse than like death or reincarnating.
Yeah, like he might view it as worse than still being with him, where Agni would not.
Yeah, because Agni's just like, as long as you're here, who cares? And
that's also an interesting philosophical question to put, because I don't know if you can say either Agni or Vayu are wrong for the decision that they made.
I mean,
yeah,
I think that's a perspective thing. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I another reason why I do think it is like this is her this is the final thing of whether Vayu chooses it for or she chooses and Vayu just agrees to go with what her thought is because we know like in this chapter that she has actually probably been killed by actual Nastica of the Garuda clans. So if it was just her dying, who cares? Like this has happened consistent like amounts of times.
Yeah, but
that wouldn't probably
like that. That's
So I think for him to have this reaction,
we definitely can't agree that Indra was wrong. Keep going.
Yes, we can.
Think, yeah. Well, and Indra just murdered his betrothed in cold blood because he never loved her. Like,
thanks.
He's insane. Because he betrothed her in the first place.
Kubera Reddit, I better not see in defense of Indra on the goddamn Reddit.
Brahma's arguably worse than him.
I think the thing with Brahma, like I said, it comes across as like it doesn't come across as malicious. Just like the product. I know. I'm just giving you reasons for why people might see that differently. Where it's more like the product I created is defective. I gotta reset, start from zero. Whereas Indra's like, totally gets most. I hear you. I'm just giving you a reason. Go ahead.
Nah. I'm gonna give you two scenarios, okay?
Brahma just misunderstood. You see? Go ahead.
If I pull up to your crib and I shoot you in the kneecaps because I hate you, okay? that's scenario one. I come to your crib because I don't like you and I shoot you in your kneecaps, right? That sucks, okay? Scenario two. I pull up to your crib and I shoot you in your kneecaps because I was bored and there was nothing else to do. Is there really any difference to how you're impacted in that? Does it matter if I hated you or not when I did that?
Yeah, listen.
No, it didn't.
Don't ask the question. And answer it yourself. Let me answer. I will be pissed off either way because I got shot on my knees. That's me. Now, when it gets reported, people might be like, "What was the reason? Why did she shoot him? What did he do?" Like they might think that the reason was justified. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't like Brahma. I'm just telling you other people see it differently. That's all.
I'm not gonna lie. Greater power Aya is beating greater wisdom Isles right now in this discussion.
All I gotta say is we're not defending Brahma in these streets. We're not defending Indra. Let these motherfuckers burn, okay? They're terrible.
Asha?
No.
Yes, we can. Yes, Greater Courage Lamb co-signs the Asha Defense Force.
No. No. That's a trifecta right there. Trash.
The trifecta of awesome? I'm kidding.
Fucking
the trifecta
doo-doo.
of trash, Indra, Brahma, and Asha.
That's them. That's
You're not going to say Lorraine is more trash than at least some
No.
What?
What about Clary? What about Clary?
Clary.
How about Clary though?
Here's the difference. The difference is Indra, Brahma, and Asha actually have bodies on their hands. Clary doesn't. Clary's just annoying. She's 4. She's a little bit in there. She's an honorable mention. That's what I'm saying. She's an honorable mention.
How is Lorraine not in there when she's annoying and has a body on her? And attempted bodies of children. In addition to that,
she does have she's honorable mention number 5.
What, below Clary?
Yeah, she's below Clary.
What is
Clary
wrong with you?
Clary gotta go. She gotta go. She has got to go.
Clary just looks chat saying Clary just understood. I agree.
All fish lives matter. Never forget, chat.
That's very much true. No, I did say that.
I never said that. It was a glitch in the matrix. The soundboard that I don't have said something that it malfunctioned.
Then you have to admit, Nia, that Gandhi is actually the most understood by far out of all of them.
The most understood?
Like, it's not even a competition.
Misunderstood is what you're saying.
Gandhi has to be the most...
He's not misunderstood. Y'all just like him.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Okay.
I understand him perfectly. Yo, bitch-ass nigga. And I don't like him. I don't... Nah, I mean... I've never said he's a bad character. He's a really well-written character. I just can't fucking stand him. I can't stand him. I want him to... It's to the point that I want to drown him. It's not even possible. But I want to drown him specifically. That's the way I want him to go out.
This dude for years,
bro. I'm about to drown, bro. Like, when the fish fall into the sea.
What?
Nah, you the dumbest motherfucker alive.
Okay, I'm alive.
Shit.
Wow.
Asha doesn't even try to look.
That's really how Agni was with fucking Gandhi too, which is the funny part. I've been trying to catch up for
before he switched up. That's what he said to Manaka when she met him.
Where's
like
Gandhi
you calm this man. I've been trying to tame this nigga for years, bro. And those years really mean years. It's not even like a decade. That's a millennial plus. So I fully understand that I'm a Gandhi hater. I'll co-sign with greater power, yeah. Hey man, come to the power side, baby. I agree with Naya. He's an amazing character. Still drown the fish. Yes. I like when the people have my back. I need that.
I want to see more of
Where's Ashu so he can help me guess up the Teo relationship?
What's the second?
Stop.
Is it Masaka? What's the second?
Manaka?
What's the
Maraka?
Maraka. I wish we had more of him. He seems really cool. I want to see more of him.
Is it Maraka or Mansaka? I can't remember. These fucking names.
They also with M. Manasavan, Manaka. Maraka,
let me look it up. It's either
Tiki Masala. Like, I don't know.
What the fuck? Tiki Masala? What's wrong with you?
I don't fucking know, man. They got all these names.
Oh, it was an actual joke.
It's
trying to make an air swim. I'm crying.
Both of them were wrong, Miles. It's Makara.
There you go. Because he also has the darkness element. He's water and darkness, and I feel like that's a cold combo. So I really want to see him in action. And because in one of the potential futures, he became a Taraka, but still retained his sanity. So I'm really curious about him even more. Shout out my fish.
Love, love.
Except Clary.
Namor.
We don't claim her. We don't
Namor.
claim her.
Said fish. Namor.
Shut the fuck
Namor.
up.
Tulkan. We come from Chalokan.
Malokan.
I haven't seen that movie. I just
The
know
wing feathers serpent's god.
Namor. Patreon gang. Shout out to the Patreon gang. Yes, sir. Shout out to my certified BAM lovers. You know, I appreciate y'all deeply. Gotta give a big shout out to the Priest of Fire. That's the real CBL Brilliant gang. You already know what it is, but especially gonna give a huge thank you to my tier 3s, the 5th Zen Gods. Shout out to Zodiac, Sonny Katapali, Simi, Silo, Shoddy to your body, Scobe, Revenant, Lucky Roo, Lazy Dragon, Chris, Johnny Rogers, Jacob Holland, Irene Sharda, Fitz, Triss, and my boy Abdel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.